kind of recap last week, Friday night's game. Seemed like it played a month ago, but I was really proud of our guys, particularly in the second half, how we came out and fought through a lot of adversity. And it was a real, we talk all the time about complementary football, but I thought all three phases contributed to the game, to the win. Had some great returns off kickoffs. We punted really well. Will Carroll was the state player of the week for special teams, and we've seen that in practice a bunch. And he went out there and did it in the game. Great coverage. Offensively, we were able to run the ball effectively in the second half and hit some big pass plays. Really good protection, I thought, by the offensive line, probably the best we've had this year. And then defensively, we did a good job of staying over the top and getting some crucial stops on third and fourth downs. Homecoming this weekend, excited about it. North Texas has got a very, very explosive offense. They run the ball extremely well. Sometimes in these type offenses, you think they're, all they do is throw the ball around. They're averaging, I think close to 250 yards a game rushing, and they throw the ball very effectively. Good quarterback, dual threat guy. Defensively, they've created a lot of takeaways so far this season, and we're just going to have to come out and continue to keep improving, and hopefully we get a little better start and finish the second quarter better than what we did the other day. Anybody got any questions?
Saturday, I think I'm right, you will break the record for the most games coached here.
You're kidding.
Coach.
Wow. Means I'm old, I guess, but
That's it?
no, I'm excited. Anytime you get a chance to stay someplace in this occupation, that's pretty darn good. A lot of my brethren in coaching don't always get to do that. So I'm proud of that.
You are aware, right?
I wasn't aware until you just said that. 95th game. Wow. All right. I've been here quite a while. It's good. It's a good thing. Beats the alternative, doesn't it, Steve?
A lot of coaches in the college game don't get that kind of opportunity to have that kind of stability. It's kind of
No, it is rare. It is, everybody's, wanting something to happen quickly, and so it's good. I'm proud of that. That's a good accomplishment.
I know last year, not right around this time, but kind of like late in the season, your team really started to put the pedal to the metal. Are you looking for that kind of?
Yeah, we want to improve. We don't think we've played our best game yet. I don't know if we've been close to playing our best game yet. We played really well in spurts. I thought, middle of the third quarter on the other night, we really played well. And there's been some other games where we played well, a quarter or two here or there, but we haven't put one together. We'd love to do that. We're always, wanting to improve, go 1-0 every game, but we want to play that complete game, and I don't think we've done that yet.
What was that game last year?
Complete?
Complete. Did you have one last year that you felt that?
We're always chasing perfection. Perfection is our goal. Excellence will be tolerated, right? But I think there was a couple games. It was like last year with Memphis. First half, we played about as perfect as we could play. We didn't play great in the second half. There were some games that, it's hard to put four quarters together because you're playing against quality competition. But that's what we're trying to get. I can't think offhand if we had one last year or not.
Descolo was a late addition to the team. How much is he? Obviously,
oh, he's done a great job. I think he's a very valuable player for us. He plays a position where you got to do a lot of things. You got to play zone coverage. You got to play man. You got to blitz. He's in space a lot. He also contributes in the kicking game. So he was a heck of a pickup for us.
Michael talked about how much of a leader he is because he's played a ton of football
Yep.
before he got here, and some guys may be hesitant when they come to a new program, but apparently he stepped right in.
Yeah, I made that comment a couple of weeks ago. Or our the guys that we that came to us from other schools, they have really fit in well, and they've helped our culture. And sometimes you got to be careful on that, and we tried to make sure we found guys that we thought would fit in here at Tulane, and boy, they all have. And Cam certainly is indicative of that. He's been excellent to deal with on, off the field. He's great with his teammates. He got to meet it. He just, sometimes it takes guys a couple of years to fit in. He took him a couple of weeks.
Did you ever wonder at any point if you would ever get over the hump? Was that?
Nah, I knew we would. We were just, those 3 years we were just so close in so many games. I mean, it was, that was tough. That was really tough because we had a bunch of games we lost on the last play, and had some just misfortune that happened, and and we were really close to winning 8, 9, 10, heck, one year 11 games, and we just didn't get it done. But that instead of making you feel upset about it, it gave me a little hope that, hey, we can do it. We just got to get a little bit better, and we did a little better job in recruiting, picked up some guys who I think we've done an excellent job of evaluating guys that we can get and then develop them into players. There's a bunch of guys on our team. I was watching, I don't know if it was Sunday night or Monday night. The Buffalo Bills were playing, and Dorian Williams out there playing. And, I see a couple of our young linebackers. I'm like, those guys can be like him. We hit on a bunch of those guys. And that's what you got to do. We're not ever going to get a 5-star guy. Not going to happen. But we want to develop 2- and 3-star guys into 5-star guys. I think our coaches have done a good job of that.
Not to bring back bad memories, but was the SMU game the worst, or was the Tulsa game the worst?
Oh, there's a bunch of them that weren't very good. There's a bunch of them that weren't very good, to be honest with you. But, they're all there's a bunch of them that are disappointing. Yeah, that one was the second year. You're talking about the time we thought we scored and they said we didn't. And, that was a tough one. That was our second year, and that could have gone 6-6, gone to a bowl, and now you're really making progress. And, so I don't like looking back. I look forward and, move on to the next one. I really believe you sit around and dwell on past failures, you're going to be not as good as you can be. And the same thing if you sit around and, I think our players have a hard time telling the difference with me on a Tuesday after a loss or after a win. I try to approach it positive manner, both instances.
I don't know how much in addition to managing the team. I know a lot of coaches have responsibilities that involve like booster and fan engagement and stuff like that. What is it like to be coaching a team where you're changing the narrative and improving it and making it positive, but at the same time, in the middle of the season, the athletic director leaves, and people probably ask if you're next and stuff like that. I mean,
No, it hasn't. We just moved on. We're lucky. We got a lot of really good people in our department, and I just kind of go through them just like I would have if Troy was here. So that hasn't been a distraction at all for me or the team or anything. We wish him well. Don't get me wrong, but we've moved on.
Can you take any pride in how much your success has to do with him getting an opportunity that he wanted?
Well, I'm just happy for him. If that's what he wants, and I'm happy for him and that opportunity that he's gotten. But there was a lot of things that factored into it. It certainly just wasn't football success.
Did it ever even come up with talking to the players about, is that even relevant to your?
No, I just told those guys that I thought he was he was taking another job because our guys got to know Troy well. He's here the whole time that all these guys have been here, but that was really about it.
Official hasn't been to have a running back as productive as Mekhi.
Great, I just he's had 2 excellent games, and I think we got a bunch of really good backs, and I've talked those guys about keeping their chin up, and because they're going to have an opportunity at some point in time to show what they can do. But we've got some really good backs. Mekhi, certainly has played well the last 2 weeks.
What's kind of the thing that he does best that made you confident that
Oh, he runs behind his pads. He's always falling forward. There's a play the other day where he was it was 1st and 10, and he got hit probably a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Next thing you know, it's 2nd and 7. He just keeps driving his feet and finishes runs, and a lot of times everybody there, you put your foot in the ground, you get vertical through a crease or a crack. We talk, just like you and Ed are sitting right there. I want to, explode through the 2 would-be tacklers, and he does that a bunch, where other guys try to bounce outside, so that's something he does an excellent job of. He stays vertical.
What do you think about the vertical threat that Brasso has to your offense too?
What's that?
The vertical threat that Brasso has to add to
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's really talented. He's got great height, excellent speed. For a tall guy, gets in and out of his breaks extremely well. But he's a threat. You get 50-50 balls, he wins his share. He wins 75% of them. So he's done a great job, and he's only getting better.
Talk about the recruiting for a second earlier, but what does it do for, in that aspect, when you have 2 freshmen who are becoming early contributors so early on?
What's that?
The way that Mekhi and Brasso have contributed.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, they kind of got there differently. Mekhi, had an ACL injury last year prior to the season, came back from it. Chris got banged up, played a little bit early. Probably would have played quite a bit for us last year, but hurt his shoulder, and we decided it'd be beneficial to go ahead and redshirt him. We're probably one of the few programs that still does that. A lot of people, they don't do it because that portal thing. But we'll go ahead and redshirt some guys. I think I got 7, 8, 9 guys that are really good players that we're going to redshirt this year, because I do think the development part is so important. You see that with some of the guys that are going on their 4th and 5th year for us, Sincere Haynesworth, for example.
Touchdown difference that Brasso had that got called back. Did he push off? The replay wasn't.
I thought it was. I just thought it was tough for him to see it from that angle, but that's what they called. That was. I thought it was a pretty darn good play. Really good finish with the run.
I know you said on the post-game Zoom after the game that you played 9 defensive linemen. Did you ever think that you would be able to get?
No, it's hard to do. You're right. It's difficult to find 9 guys that can play at this, top-notch Division I football. But we've done a really nice job of recruiting the right guys, and we get them into a rotation, and they've been unselfish. There's so there's a bunch of them that play for us, and that's big time because it's hard. You get in there and you battle. It's interesting. We put in Elijah Champagne towards the end of the game, and I mean, he played 5 plays and looked really fast and quick because he hadn't played. Those are only 5 he plays. So playing fresh guys really helps you out.
You exchanged pleasantries or whatever, a couple words with coaches, opposing coaches, right after games and so forth. Are there any recurring themes in the few words that they say that they compliment you on?
No, we just tell them. We just tell each other good game. Most of the people in our profession are very competitive, but they're good people, and I wish them well every other game except ours. Everybody good? We're fired up for Coach Hunter. 22 days out. I don't want to answer your question.